Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about spacers. So, spacer is an unthreaded tube-looking object that can create space between two objects. And the key part is that these spacers are unthreaded, so it's just a through hole. And you have different materials, right? You have aluminum, stainless steel, zinc plated steel, titanium, different plastics, polycarbonates. You have some for like vibration dampening or for electric insulating. You have slotted ones. Um, you have some made to order ones, press fit unthreaded spacers. But the idea is a lot of times you might have maybe there's like a board you're trying to space out, and then in that case, you could throw in a spacer in between and then have your screw go through it. Okay, so we'll go through some simple examples of what you could use a spacer for. So here we're gonna look at, let's just choose a size. So let's get an OD of maybe a quarter inch. All right, let's clear this. Let's see. You can see there's like for screw size, right? So a lot of times they're already designed for screws for the intended use. So we could go with a number 6, just as an example, and maybe a half inch in length. So we could go ahead and choose that one, and we're gonna download it. We're gonna put it in our spacers folder. Okay, so if I open this up, you can see this is your spacer, right? So maybe we are trying to mount something and want to add some space. So let's make a quick plate here. Um, make this 4 inch by 4 inch plate. Make this a 1/8 inch thickness plate. Okay, so this is our plate here, right? And maybe we have a mini plate, maybe like a small rectangle one. So we're gonna make this 1 inch, and maybe make this 3 inches. And this is also gonna be an 1/8 inch. So make a small plate. So in the small plate, let's say there's some holes. So we're gonna add a hole wizard, holes position. So let's say there's 2 holes like this, and the 2 holes might be, you know, let's just choose some arbitrary size, maybe zero point 0.5 and zero point 0.5. So this is the number 6 clearance hole. And maybe on this plate, we're trying to mount this little plate on this big plate. So here, we're going to also add a hole wizard. So in our hole wizard, we're going to choose straight tap number 632. And then also here, we might have, it's actually maybe better to do like a midpoint line. So make this coincident to that. Actually, midpoint line will have a point in the middle, so that's a little bit undesirable, but I could mate it and make it a midpoint, and then I can make this 1 inch. Okay, so I have like these tapped holes on this big plate. So if I make an assembly, I have a big plate and a small plate. So I'm gonna put my big plate here and then my small plate there, and then my standoffs, or my spacers, I should say. So here I could put it in here, and then maybe this is mated to this hole like this, and then you want to mate the bottom to this bottom, and this top part to this top part. Okay, and then maybe I could copy this. I could do where is it? Copy with mates. So it's gonna be coincident, coincident, and then the two concentrics. It's gonna be this one, and then the second one. Okay, so that's how you would do it, and then you would add in your screws here. Okay, so I'm gonna call this assembly. This was in 11 spacers assembly. Okay, you want to put your screws in here. So this distance, if I measure it, let me just add my measuring tool shortcut really quick. I actually like to use, okay, it's set up as D right now. So I could click D and then click that, and you can see the distance is 0.75. So if we get a screw that's a similar size, so we could say a number 6 screw. So number 6 screw, let's make this, I guess we can make it the same length. So 0.75. So let's download this, put it in our spacers folder, and we could drop this in here. And if we click this, we could mate it to one of these holes, and then flip it, drag that up. And then here we could mate this face to that face. Okay, and then this one you could copy with mates. So we'll repeat the coincident and then choose this for the concentric. And that should be it. So if I do a section view, you can see what's going on. Okay, so if I go normal, you can see that the screws aren't touching the spacer, and this will create a space in between, right? So instead of making like a funky plate that has these extensions as part of the plate, in practice, it's better to use like a piece of metal, which in this case is called a spacer, to space it out. Okay, so this is good if you have maybe a board you want to offset from another board, or you have some platform you want to extend from a base platform, anything like that. A spacer would be good. Okay, or just anything that you know you need to have a known offset from some object. That's what a spacer would be good for. Okay, so if you found this video helpful, give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.